for being here. Yeah, it's been a long road. I think that this is really testament to a lot of work done by the late Dr. Danny Adams, who came to SIAP's 50th in 2019 and remarked on the work that had been done by ACEP. Job, and I don't want to take his pay, but I will talk on behalf of the NRF. The NRF strategy 2020 to 2025 is around a principle called TIES, and TIES stands for Transformation, Impact, Excellence, and Sustainability. And there are very few projects that I think it's quite easy to say, well, this is TIES. The Joint Marine Laboratory is exactly what the NRF is looking for. On the transformation side, the decadal plan and the NRF are very clear about wanting to broaden the base. That's not to say that they will not support the big 6 universities, but to also broaden the research base throughout the university, and in particular address the past legacy of apartheid at many of the historically disadvantaged universities. So the Joint Marine Labs is exactly that. It's to broaden marine science, be transformative. So I think we get full marks for this program for being the T in TIES. Impact, ecotoxicology. I mean, this is a very relevant topic. I think we've seen the devastation on the KZN coast post the floods. Also issues such as that big fire on, I think it was the Umhlanga. It was the Umhlanga estuary. Ecotoxicology keeps on playing a bigger and bigger role in terms of understanding how our environments respond to pollution. And this is an ongoing issue. We've seen the poor state of our national infrastructure in terms of sewerage, in terms of water quality standards, and therefore Ecotoxicology Lab at Unizor is definitely hitting the impact button today. Excellence, again, setting up a lab. We've got a young generation of professors and associate professors and students that are going to position Unizor in particular to really drive the ecotoxicology side through, get the master's students through, get the PhD students through, and we're really looking forward to that link with both the NRF and in particular SIAP. Sustainability, of course, this is exactly what we're talking about in terms of the environment. How do we manage the environment sustainably? How do we discuss? We were just talking before, myself and Professor Vivier, around car power. How do we find that energy balance? How do we find how we're going to work out how we're going to manage water quality and all those type of things? So when it comes to a project such as the Joint Marine Labs, and the other 3 are also very impactful, whether it's marine pollution by Professor Rajakant, or whether it's coastal communities, at WUSU, or whether it's the bioeconomy at University of Port Hare, all very impactful. So I won't say more than that, other than it has been a little bit of a long road. I always say that things that are digested over time always turn out to be better. We certainly, from the NRF side, money is tight. I won't say it's not, but I think that often during times when money's tight, it makes you strategize. And when I look at something like the Joint Marine Labs, I think it hits every single button that the DSI and the government are looking for in terms of where they want to invest their funds. So big congratulations to Unizor and the team. It's not easy building infrastructure. It's really not. It takes time and it takes tenacity. And I'd just like to say a big congratulations to everyone. Well done.
Dr. Patterson, thank you very much for those words. I think you've said it spot on. Unizor is ideally located along the northern KwaZulu-Natal coastline for a focus on ecotoxicology. The fact that we are able to establish the JML here really enables us to take on the issues that we currently face. As Angus just said, we're talking about car power ship. We've got the Richards Bay issues in general here. This is the biggest export port in South Africa with huge environmental issues. The fact that we are able, through the assistance from the NRF, to establish this lab here is incredibly significant. And we would like to acknowledge SciHab and the NRF's contribution to that. The fact that you, I want to say came to the party, the fact that you came to the party all the way through, supported us all the way through, despite all the hurdles and issues that we have. So Angus, from our point of view, thank you very much. He's a very well-traveled man at the moment, from what I'm hearing, because he commutes between Grahamstown and Pretoria, which, as you know, Grahamstown is not the biggest center.
It's the center of the world.
Yeah, but Pretoria is not. So we really appreciate you coming, sharing your thoughts with us. The fact that you're here, I think, means a great deal to us. So thank you very much for that. The next speaker is going to be Dr. Gilbert Chico. He's not with us. He cannot be with us, but he's going to be online. So he's going to address us online. Dr. Gilbert Chico, thank you very much. He's the Director of Marine and Polar Research at DSI. As we know, the DSI has been part and parcel of this process, the whole package from the start. It is in their interest to support the whole process. It's been, and they've stated that from the start. So we really appreciate that very much. Can we just get confirmation that he is here, that he is available to talk to us?
Yes, good morning. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can we just get this on loudspeaker? Just give us half a second, Gilbert.
Not a problem.
There we go. We're just going to switch over the video to your side as well. Are we going to be able to see his video?
Yes, we should.
I'm having some challenges with video settings. I'm not sure what's happening from my side.
But Gilbert, we can hear you loud and clear. So if you want to continue, thank you very much.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much for having me. And I would also like to register my apologies for not being able to be there physically because there have been some challenges. And actually, myself and Dr. Angus Patterson was scheduled to be traveling to China today, but unfortunately, due to some challenges, we couldn't. So, but then anyway, I had to make sure that I'm here, and I promised to visit the facility sometime next year. As I was talking to Dr. Patterson earlier, that even the portfolio committee on higher education, science, and innovation wants to visit the institute, the center, the lab. So we will probably make some indication in terms of when, probably maybe in February or March. So, but then we will send through an indication to you guys to ensure that we're able to be there. So this is actually, as Angus has indicated earlier on, this is a milestone, I think, to be honest with you, with regards to the Potlisa program. This is one of the highlights of what was initiated years ago in terms of development. So, and what's currently happening now is that this lab, this ecotoxicology lab, I think we see it as one of the footprints where we will build, I think, capabilities nationally, and then expertise. I think this is just an installment. Even though we're currently working at we're having challenges, particularly with regards to, we have national financial challenges, but then there is a commitment from the colleagues here at DSI working on infrastructure to ensure that we develop this further. As soon as we build on capacity, this is to capacitate the University of Zululand and the country and everyone else, basically, so that ultimately building from here, we will have the capabilities. I think this JML, this Joint Marine Labs under the ASAP, are the building blocks of brighter things. I think when we talk about developing capacity in our country, innovation, having impact in socio-economic development of our country. This is one such initiatives. I think most importantly, believe that this, as I said, that this is a stepping stone whereby, without repeating what Angus has said, to ensure that we build a pool of capacity. One thing for sure about myself, I believe in building pools, because if we build pools of capacity, that's where innovation will come out of. So I consider it to be difficult to focus on innovation without building capacity. Once we've built this capacity, we will then be able to contribute meaningfully to our economy, because we'll have individuals with different perspectives. Because once you have a pool, you'll have different perspectives. You'll have the fact that these JMLs are able to work together, we're able to contribute in different aspects of the different in the space. So I congratulate you guys for being able to launch, to set up the system, because without you, most importantly, without you, without the leadership of people like Angus Peterson, Garth, for coordinating the entire process, serving as the conductor of ensuring that there is a delivery, we are able to hand over and able to ensure that we have a facility like this at the University of Zululand. And ultimately, this will be a national pride, I think, in future, because this, as I said, it's an installment. An installment means more things will come, because this is just the beginning. So I thank you very much for having me, and I also congratulate everyone for a splendid well job done. And hopefully, I will see you next year, February or March, with the portfolio committee, or maybe personally before them. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Siko, for those words. And once again, those words were spot on. For us, the investment that was made by DSI in connection with the NRF speaks to capacity building in a large extent, because that is what it's all about. It's infrastructure, enabling infrastructure expansion, enabling this lab. But what is it all about? It's all about capacity building. And we really see this, and we've seen this from the start, as a huge effort by DSI and the NRF towards capacity building. So great word of thanks. We're looking forward to your visit in February, when the steering committee, I think, is going to be at the next meeting. So thank you very much for that. Our next speaker is going to be Dr. Albert Shakona, who is the acting managing director of SIAP at the moment. Please come and share some wise words with us.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, HOD. Good morning, distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues and students. Yeah, it is such a great honor and privilege to be part of this journey of spearheading the establishment of transformative and cutting-edge research platforms at historically disadvantaged institutions in South Africa. We all know that transformation had progressed quite slowly at transformation in marine science has been very slow, and research in this field was primarily undertaken by historically well-resourced universities. If you look at the postgraduate student composition at all these universities as well, you would realize that they do not reflect the demographics of the country. So in 2012, the NRF side, through funding from DSI, initiated the ASEP Pulhisa program with the intentional focus on enriching the research landscape through empowering researchers and students from historically marginalized communities. So since the inception of this program, it has experienced tremendous growth. and has evolved into a network of over 20 researchers and more than 100 postgraduate students. And this is quite significant considering that this has been achieved within only 10 years of the inception of the program. So what started as an idea and a visionary initiative has blossomed into a thriving community united by the collective passion and dedication to pushing the boundaries of knowledge, driving innovation, and promoting inclusivity in the academic landscape. We are now witnessing the second phase of the Asset Kuhisa program, the establishment of the 4 joint marine labs at the universities that have been mentioned by those who spoke before me. So at UWC, University of Zululand, University of Port Hare, and Walter Sisulu University. So this phase was initiated in 2020 with the mission of bridging the resource gap by providing innovative solutions and establishing modern state-of-the-art platforms at these institutions. The overall goal is to bring excellence to the people rather than having researchers and students traveling to one central institution, for example, SIAB. So really building these hubs of excellence across the country. So the platforms that so far we've launched 2 platforms. The one, the Marine Bioeconomy and Biodiscovery Lab at the University of Port Hare, the Marine Microplastics Lab at UWC, which was launched in 2023. The one at Port Hare was launched in 2022. And today we are launching the Marine Ecotoxicology Lab right here at the University of Zululand. Early in the new year, we are looking forward to launching the 4th one, which is the Rural Livelihoods and Food Security Lab at Walter Sisulu University. So the vision is to develop and sustain a pipeline of high quality human capital in marine science by igniting the untapped talent and potential for research excellence at the historically disadvantaged institutions. So we envision a South Africa where every university, regardless of historical background, drives innovation that positively impacts society. So that directly has societal benefits. So we also know that collaboration amplifies impact, and the foundational model of the joint marine labs is anchored on fostering a dynamic culture of collaboration and exchange of expertise between the NRF side and all the participating institutions that are part of this program. So we are excited to be launching and also witnessing the launch of this yet another hub of excellence in marine science in the country. As mentioned before, this indeed is a pioneering initiative that stands as a unique milestone in the African continent. So we are eagerly anticipating and the exceptional discoveries and groundbreaking contributions that the research team led by Dr. Masikane will make to reshape our understanding and inform effective stewardship of our oceans for the benefit of the current and future generations. I just want to mention that I was in the trenches with Dr. Masikane. We did our PhDs at the same time many years ago. So this indeed is a proud moment for our generation, and I would want to wish you all the best with the rest of your team. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Albert, for those words. What I'm hearing, and I'm sure you're hearing that as well, we're hearing milestone, we're hearing innovation, we're hearing things that are going to change in the future. And I think that is what excites us the most. The fact that we, with the JML, with the new equipment that we were able to buy, is to really, really push the boundaries in terms of the research that can be done and also the student training that we have. Maybe just a background to that. Last year, our third-year class was about 85 students, 85 third-year students. This year, we've got a third-year class of 54 30 students. The reason I'm mentioning that is because of the potential for postgrad students, honors and masters coming through. What we're finding is that our third year students, when they hit honors, they get gobbled up elsewhere. Of the 10 students that applied for honors this year, all of them were gobbled up by other institutions. There are various reasons for it. We're going to have a long discussion about that. Reality, our students that come through, some of them are really with very high potential. They get taken up elsewhere. With the JML, I think things are going to change. We really hope, and so we believe things are going to change. Because now we have the laboratory, we've got the capacity, and with what we can actually offer those students, we believe that's going to make a meaningful difference. So once again, appreciation to SciHub, NRF, DSI for investing in UniZul, investing in this department and enabling us to actually establish this laboratory. We realize the responsibility that comes with that. And I think Albert just mentioned that the laboratory is now there. What happens now? That is going to be our responsibility to take this, to use the energy that's been created and to ensure the postgrad studies. Before I invite the next speaker, just a word from my side, and I think it's a word of maybe more than appreciation. You know this old saying about cometh the hour, cometh the man. When this process was started and we learned about the opportunity that's being offered to us by SciHub, DSI, NRF, we formed a steering committee and said, okay, guys, we've got this opportunity. We're not going to let this opportunity slip by. And what's the strongest possible drive that we can get together to run with this? Dr. Masikani stuck his hand up right from the start and said, okay, I'm going to drive this. He's done as the PI for this project anyway, but he took this on. He really took this on through the entire process of, and I think we're looking at 3 years process. Talks about right, about 3-year process. Wasn't intended to be a 3-year process, but it turned out to be a 3-year process. He didn't let go. He kept on pushing. He kept on driving. He kept on reminding people, there's the deadlines. This is what we need to do. This is what we need to do. So I think from all of us, and I want to say this also, and I'm putting words in Angus's mouth, a word of appreciation from all of us to Dr. Masikani for actually driving this process so that we can be here today. Otherwise, it would not have been possible. So once again, come of the hour, come of the man. Dr. Masikani, come on, raise up, please.
Thank you and good day, everyone. It's finally here. It's been a long process, and now I'm speechless. So you've taken all the good points that I needed to say, but I have benefited from an HCD program when it started at SciHub as an ASUTOS program. And it's been a long journey. And when this process of establishing a lab was getting tiring and very difficult, I'm happy to say that the biggest motivation for the lab was our postgrad students. But they kept asking, when are we launching the lab? When are we launching the lab? So I think that kept us going up until this far. So the establishment of the joint marine lab, Marine and Estuarine Ecotox Lab in particular, is a welcome establishment, and we foresee a lot of collaboration within the faculty and as well as with industry and other universities. We do have collaborators at UKZN, CSIR in Durban, and then we look at the Wildlife, and we're going to strengthen those collaborations. And the nice thing about this lab in terms of marine pollution assessment is that it's going to fast track our productivity in terms of research, because now we don't need to send out samples to other institutions and the likes. So we also do everything in-house, and we're going to see grow in strength, and we'll be able to provide our students with exciting opportunities in terms of developing marine commissioning programs. We're talking about developing biological assessment tools, environmental chemistry. We foresee lots of collaboration happening with our chemistry department. We're going to invite our hydrology department as well to come into play, and then we'll see how we move forward. So all in all, having said all of this, thank you very much for making this day a success, and thanks to all the support you got from Doug and your team, as well as the ladies, Felicia, Mimi, Mo. They've been a great help in getting this off the ground. Thank you very much. And I think I'll end there, and then maybe we'll excite you with what is going on in the lab. Thank you.
Ecotox, you won't notice it, but there's a few extra gray hairs on my head. For good reason. Thanks for that, Tox. I'll ask Nduma Zamela to just come and do some words of thanks to everybody. I think that there's a lot of thanks that will come from us, that need to come from us, from Unizel's point of view. Ndu, please come and do us honors. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Program Director. I really would like to start off by saying I want to thank everybody who was involved in this phase one. I want to emphasize phase one. In this phase one of the JML initiative, because I'm really looking forward to the phase two so that we can complete everything, because then we would proudly say we have got an ecotopsicology lab which is complete. Yes, but for today in the speeches, I first of all would like to thank our DVC for all the efforts, first of all, that she put in being able to make sure that, because this train was supposed to go at high speed and reach the destination, but somehow we had stops along the way. And she was very much, she came up very much in this assistance of us being able to move the train to this destination. So I really want to thank her very much for that, and also for providing us with the speech and the clarity of what this lab entails. And secondly, I would like to thank Dr. Gilbert Pico, who had a virtual speech, and from his speech, I realized that things have just started. We still have got a lot of things, particularly as a department, to do to prove that we deserve this laboratory. Because I think people will not judge us by the laboratory and how beautiful it is, but by what can come out of the laboratory. So yes, thank you very much to Dr. Siko for giving us all those encouraging words. I also would like to thank Dr. Skona, the manager, or the first Angus Peterson, who is the CEO now of NRF. I never heard that story. I'm happy that we have this one. I don't think anybody who's here would not know that this lab is his idea. I remember when I was there, and there was this very beautiful security lab at science. And I did not know that he was actually building that lab because it was in preparation of all these good things that he's giving us, including this one, which we have right now. Thank you very much, Dr. Peterson. And yeah, again, Dr. Skona, we promise you that we are going to keep very close with with SIAB, and somehow we are not only going to expect SIAB to coordinate things for us, but we're going to try this very essential collaboration that is required between us and SIAB, because that was what Dr. Peterson used to emphasize as well all the time whenever we were together. God, I don't know what to say. God and this efficient team. We have been through all these steering committee meetings, and all the steering committee members sitting over there will tell you that they always gave us the sterling performance. All the ideas that were coming out of the steering committee would always be processed through ZIPO, and now Lucky Dlamini, and that, and we would get. In fact, there was a time when they realized that there is something that we need and we are not saying it. So they would go on and say it for us. Yes, thank you very much, Garth and your team. I don't think we would have wanted a better team for Pushisa. Prof. Vivian, thank you very much for your overall logistic planning. From the time when we had the first meeting, like you say, right up to the time when we have to start doing corrective measures, when we could see that things were not going correct, and even right up to the time when we had to plan for this launch. Thank you very much. The ladies of the department, they are always doing a good job. Thank you very much for preparing for the preparation of everything, including this shirt I'm wearing. The Felicia, Mida, as well as Mobile, thank you very much. I do want to thank PPNW, particularly, or especially Dr. Klan. When Dr. Klan came, I think he was not able to come here, but when we started explaining to him the problems we were having, you could see there and then that something good was going to come out of it. He, first of all, apologized for everything. And then he started saying, I am going to make sure that everything is corrected. And it was corrected. Right now, I'm telling you, everything that is there is what we want. So Dr. Kala, in his absence, thank you very much. CMD, this place is changed. I know that by tomorrow it will go back to its original. But right now, we have got a very wonderful venue with the podium and all the posters. Thank you very much, CMD. The cleaning ladies of the department, they have been doing the cleaning for a long time, trying to prepare that venue. At the back of my mind, I was saying, I know that the VC will come. I wish he would see the actual zoology, but unfortunately, it was not going to be VC only. It was going to be VC and everybody else coming from the outside. So the ladies of the department, they tried their best to clean up the place, and I'm very thankful about it. People from Function Food for providing us with the food, thank you. But I still want to say thank you, NRF. Thank you, DST. Thank you, SIAB, and thank you, Pushisa, for everything that was done from the inception right up to this time when we have this lab being launched. Thank you.
Thank you, Mdu. I think Mdu covered everything that I may have wanted to add. I just want to emphasize or re-emphasize one group particularly, and that is looking at Garth and his team, and that Angus, that also includes you, and now also includes all. You guys have supported us right from the start, not only with the JML, but right from the start with the whole project. I want you to understand we don't take it for granted, Angus, the support, the investment by DSI, we don't take it for granted. And that's why I think it's such a proud day for us today, to be able to be here and launch this lab. Because this, as Mdu indicated, is in our minds at the end of phase 1. We still have the phase 2 to complete. Our department has the wonderful opportunity to have a hatchery with a laboratory with 5 environmental rooms attached to it. If that is all up and running, I can tell you things are going to happen. Things really are going to happen. So that would, for us, be the next phase. So Garth, I'm looking at you specifically because you like the, I want to say you like the coach. You know, any good sports team has a coach that does all the support and so on. And thank you for that. Zipo, all of you guys for supporting our students right through this from the start, but particularly for this. Prof. Kunene, thank you very much once again from our side. Lou has actually said it, but I think if we look back to 3 months ago, Ecotox is about 3 months ago, and I asked Garth also this morning about when we had a meeting in the department with the Public Works Department, sat down and said, okay, line in the sand, this is where we are at this point in time. We've got to finish this. PPO came to the party, Professor Kunene was there, and I'm going to say this, when she spoke, they listened. So we really appreciate that, and that is why we can be here today, and that is what allowed us to actually be here today. So all the stakeholders, all the people that assisted from our side, once again, thank you very much. And that also includes the steering committee, guys, the faculty here today. Colleagues, that concludes the our little program that we've got. The idea now is that we either have a quick lunch or we go to the go and visit the laboratory. We're running about half an hour early. Chucks, how are we going to do this? Are we going to do the lab first, or are we going to do the lunch first? Huh? We're going to do the lab first. Because I think okay, so the way we're going to do this, everybody who would like to join us to take a quick tour of our new beautiful laboratory, please come join us. And then we're going to come back here, and then we're going to have a quick lunch, which I think probably in about half an hour's time. Felicia, is that the time we're looking at 11:30? Colleagues, just I want to say welcome to Zululand. It's going to be load shedding now. So we hope that we have backup power in our department that we can take you through there. But please join us. Those of you can, Prof. Kunene, you're very welcome to join us. But if you need to go, we fully understand. Thank you very much. Colleagues and friends, thank you very much. We're going to read the word. Can I just turn you around? We just want to do a group photo quickly before we go. Can we just do a group photo? Everybody just on the podium here, please. Come and join me at top here for a group photo, please. Just come and join us at the top here, please. Nice to meet you.
I got fans.
Yeah. Let me show, please, you guys come join us. Is there anybody? Yes. You're not gonna get away.
Yeah. We know you're gonna spoil the picture by coming in.